A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a controversial move that has sparked concerns over press freedom, the White House has announced a new media policy that significantly limits access to former President Donald Trump for news agencies worldwide. This decision follows a recent courtroom setback regarding the Associated Press (AP) access to presidential events. The new policy, revealed on Tuesday, aims to regulate and control the coverage of the administration's activities in a manner that some critics argue undermines the foundational principles of free speech and press rights. The policy comes after U.S. District Judge Trevor N. McFadden ruled that the White House had violated the AP's rights by banning its reporters from covering events due to a disagreement over the naming of the Gulf of Mexico. In his ruling, McFadden emphasized that the government cannot retaliate against news organizations for exercising their right to free speech. Despite this ruling, the White House has moved forward with a plan that blocks the AP and other wire services, which serve billions of readers globally, from accessing Trump in the same capacity as before. As part of the new guidelines, the White House has introduced a pool coverage policy specifically for small venues like the Oval Office and Air Force One. This policy stipulates that the White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, will have the final say on which reporters get to question the president. This significant shift raises concerns about potential bias and favoritism in the selection process. Historically, the White House Correspondents Association has managed the pool for limited space events, which typically included representatives from major wire services such as AP, Reuters, and Bloomberg. Under the new policy, these wire services will now share slots with print reporters in a rotation system, reducing their presence at key events. This change is particularly impactful as wire services play a crucial role in disseminating news to local outlets across the country and around the world. In response to the new policy, AP spokeswoman Lauren Easton expressed disappointment, stating that rather than restoring access to the AP, the White House has opted for restrictions affecting all wire services. The wire services represent thousands of news organizations across the U.S. and the world over, Easton noted. Our coverage is essential for local newspapers and television stations in all 50 states to inform their communities. The administration's actions continue to disregard the fundamental American freedom to speak without government control or retaliation. The Independent White House Correspondents Association has also voiced concerns, arguing that the administration's desire to control who covers the president demonstrates a lack of commitment to ensuring impartial coverage. Association President Eugene Daniels stated, "The government should not be able to control the independent media that covers it." This new media policy also aligns with a trend observed under Leavitt's leadership, where greater access has been granted to news outlets perceived as favorable to Trump. During a recent briefing, the first reporter called on by Leavitt asked questions that praised Trump's policies, highlighting the administration's apparent preference for positive coverage. In stark contrast, Trump has shown a willingness to engage with the media, often using cramped settings like the Oval Office to communicate directly with reporters. However, the new restrictions on press access could significantly alter the dynamics of such interactions. The policy does not currently address access for photographers, raising further questions about the administration's commitment to transparency. The legal battle surrounding the AP's access is not over, as the administration has appealed McFadden's ruling and is scheduled to argue for a stay in an appeals court. The administration contends that press access to the president is a privilege rather than a right, a stance that has drawn criticism from media advocates. As this situation unfolds, the implications of the new media policy on press freedom and the relationship between the White House and the media remain to be seen. The ongoing legal proceedings and the administration's approach to media access will likely continue to shape the landscape of political reporting in the United States. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.